There are brand new updates concerning the possible return of Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. Will he show up? It appears that we now have an answer, and we'll bring that to you in today's video. Brand new pictures have been leaked online of WWE setting up in Cleveland Brown Stadium for SummerSlam. As we see here, there are construction crews setting up scaffolding, the cover that will be over the ring as the undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes takes on Solo Sikoa, and this will be the bad news for Solo, as Cody Rhodes is a massive favorite to win the match. A -5,000 favorite, as it appears there is little opportunity for Solo to win. But we might be in for a huge surprise victory by alone. You never know what could happen. And some are asking if there is a conspiracy happening within WWE, specifically between Cody and Solo. Look at this photo here. We have Dominic Mysterio and Alone Sikoa hanging out in recent days. That same day, Dominic Mysterio, who was just hanging out with Solo, is now hanging out with Cody Rhodes. Very interesting that Cody would want to associate with someone who's friends with the very man who could soon take his title, Solo Sikoa. And as we know, Solo and the Bloodline have viciously attacked Cody on numerous occasions and basically tried to destroy his career. Is something secret going on behind the scenes between Cody and Solo, and what could it mean for the possible return of Roman Reigns? Well, there are brand new updates about whether or not Roman will be returning at SummerSlam. Let's get to this right now. In recent weeks there have been rumors that Jacob Fatu might leave the Bloodline and join Roman if Roman returns and goes against Solo, but it seems that Japa 2 wanted to put a stop to these rumors, and on July 29th Jacob Fatu issued this statement: "Thank you, Solo, for everything you've done for my family," seeming pledging his allegiance to Solo and will not be joining Roman now. Besides Roman possibly returning at SummerSlam, there's another wrestler connected to the Bloodline that fans were wondering if he might return at SummerSlam and join the Bloodline, and that is Solo's father and former WWE star Rocky. But now it seems that Rishi has put those rumors to rest, as Rocky posted on social media that he will be hosting a SummerSlam watch party in Berkeley, California, obviously far from Cleveland where SummerSlam will be. So Rocky, who is rumored to become the new manager of Solo and the Bloodline, will not be making his return to WWE at SummerSlam, as he will be hosting a watch party in California. WWE has gotten some very alarming news concerning SummerSlam. As we know, the event is being hosted outside at Cleveland Brown Stadium, which means you have to deal with weather. So what is the weather report for SummerSlam? Unfortunately, it's not good, because it could rain according to weather forecasts for that day, Saturday. During SummerSlam, rain is expected on and off throughout the day. It's supposed to taper off into the night, but as we know, weather can be unpredictable, and the day before in Cleveland it's not only supposed to rain, it's supposed to thunder and lightning, and many fans are worried that that weather will carry over into Saturday and there will be rain, there will be lightning. If there is lightning, they will have to postpone the event and everyone will have to shelter inside until the storm has passed. But let's hope the weather is clear during the event. Now that the final match of the night, the main event, will be Solo versus Cody, does that set the stage for the return of Roman Reigns? We have some brand new updates on Roman possibly returning at SummerSlam. So here's what we know right now. WWE on Fox tweeted a picture of Hugh Jackman as Wolverine holding a framed photo of Roman Reigns. This was tweeted from the official account for WWE on Fox. Obviously SmackDown errors on Fox in the USA. So some are taking this as WWE and Fox basically leaking that Roman will be returning at SummerSlam. The text included in the tweet says, "Do you miss Roman Reigns?" Sean Ross Sapp is reporting on Fightful. Select the following. One WWE source informed Fightful Pick not to be surprised to see some additions or changes to the SummerSlam program as of right now. The show contains 7 singles matches without added stipulations. Some are taking this to indicate that WWE is now making last-minute alterations due to Roman's anticipated comeback. Could this be a significant indicator of what will happen at SummerSlam? If all of these news sources are right and Roman will make his return, when will he make his return? Well, right now, Solo is scheduled to lose his match against Cody, and Solo losing will set up Roman's return. It could be that as Cody is celebrating his victory over Solo, Roman comes out and it looks like there's going to be a confrontation between himself and Cody. But then Roman turns his attention to Solo, as the former tribal chief will face off with the new tribal chief. And this will set up an epic feud that will last months. Do you think Rom? Please leave a remark and offer me your thoughts. On SmackDown, Paul Heyman returned to WWE. And we now know that Roman Reigns was very shocked and outraged by what he witnessed. He saw his friend Paul Heyman on crutches, barely able to walk after being hospitalized due to terrible injuries from a bloodline attack. Today's video will have in-depth coverage of Paul Heyman's upsetting and frightening return to WWE, and Roman will not be pleased. Cody Rhodes very happy to be touring Japan along with Io Sky and Kairi-san as Cody wears the very title that he won from Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40, and it's now been announced that Cody Rhodes will go face-to-face with Solo Sikoa the night before SummerSlam, and many are wondering, could this be the night that Roman Reigns finally makes his return to WWE, returning on SmackDown? Now some believe that Roman will not be returning on the SmackDown prior to SummerSlam. Instead, he will be making his return at SummerSlam during the Solo vs. Cody match, and this week on SmackDown, Tanga Loa was seen wearing an eye patch with his eye bandaged. Originally, Tanga Loa was going to take part in a tag team gauntlet. Instead, it was Jacob fought Tuan Tanga. They won the gauntlet, and now they will go on to face DIY the night before SummerSlam on SmackDown. And we have to remember that on SmackDown, Solo dared Roman Reigns to confront him either at SummerSlam or the night before. Could this be a major hint that Roman's return is happening in SummerSlam weekend? And while we wait to see if Roman will return, a dear friend of Roman, Paul Heyman, has made his return to WWE after being sent to the hospital by the Bloodline. Unfortunately, Paul Heyman's return turned out to be very upsetting and disturbing. Let's get to the full details on this right now. And while many fans are waiting for Roman to return to SmackDown, some are wondering if Roman will not be returning to SmackDown. Instead, could he make his return on Raw? This is because Roman Reigns was not drafted this year. Instead, Paul Heyman announced that Roman was a free agent. He was going to be ineligible for the draft, and by all accounts it meant that he could be on any brand he wants: Raw, SmackDown, even NXT. So could this be a major swerve and Roman will actually be returning to Raw, or could it be that he's going to be on both shows, Raw and SmackDown? Obviously, he's a big enough star to do so, and he could reunite with Jey Uso and Sami Zayn. We have to remember that Jey Uso and Sami Zayn, they have reunited themselves, and some are saying that this means that soon they will join up with Roman Reigns and basically form a brand new bloodline. And this is the latest picture of Roman Reigns. It was taken just a couple of days ago. Roman looks to be in good spirits, all smile. Miles basically looks the same, maybe a little more gray in his beard. Other than that, when and if he returns to WWE, this is seemingly what he will look like. In recent weeks, we've all heard the "we want Roman" chants in WWE. These are real chants, they're not canned, they're not off a tape that WWE is playing. These are real chants by crowds because they actually want Roman back, and many say this signifies that fans want him to be a baby face and that Roman will become the #1 baby face in the company once he returns, showing that Roman does have what it takes to portray a baby face on TV. Look at this recently unearthed video of Roman Reigns with a young fan. We know that this was taken when Roman was the head of the Bloodline, when Roman was a heel. Heel supposedly didn't like the fans, but here he is signing autographs, giving his gloves to a young fan backstage. Yes, the first go around with Roman as a baby face did not work out, but it seems that now fans are more than willing to accept Roman as a baby face, as he could very well become an even bigger baby face, a more popular baby face than Cody Rhodes. But while we wait for Roman to return to WWE, Roman's friend and manager Paul Heyman has made his return to WWE, and some are saying that Paul Heyman's return is the saddest WWE return of all time. Here's the latest update. When Paul Heyman went through that commentator's desk, he suffered life-altering injuries he would unfortunately have to live with for the rest of his life. He would never be the same, but still fans held out hope and wondered, would he be coming back to WWE, or is he gone forever, just medically unable to return? Well, we now have an answer. Paul Heyman is slated to return to WWE in the coming days. This falls in accordance with SummerSlam weekend. Could it happen at SummerSlam, or the day before on SmackDown? How will it relate to Roman's likely return? Some believe Paul Heyman will need to use crutches to walk. This is because to the injuries he got at the hands of the Bloodline, which will render him unable to walk on his own. Instead, he'll require crutches. Who do you believe will return to WWE for SummerSlam? Leave a comment and share your thoughts.